Hello, friends. Uh, I'm making some short videos anymore because uh, I think short ones are pretty good now at my age and my thinking. But I want to bring out this one little thing about the JWs. How do you know when you have them? When they're in a discussion with you, whether it be on the phone or whether it be in person, how do you know that you have hit their turn off button? Well, I found out from watching YouTube and also my own personal experience that when you are bringing up to them any defender, whether it be an elder or a publisher or whatever, but when you bring up to them about the United Nations, child molestation, uh, blood transfusions, and failed dates of prophecy, for example, 1975, and all the other times that their prophecy failed. And when you bring up to them about the generation of 1914, they have since left this earth and gone, but nothing has ever happened. And when you bring up to them Judge Rutherford saying millions now living will never die, and they're all gone. In other words, they're running out of lies. Now, how do you know when you have controlled them completely about all these lies they have told? I have learned by experience. I have learned by observing, watching, and listening. I have seen people on YouTube phone the Kingdom Hall with a question. And an elder gets on the phone and he'll start answering your questions. But once you hit a certain point that he no longer can carry on this conversation with you, he uses the same term they all use. 4 words. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. See, this is his way out of it. He's got to go now because he's got to take the group out in field service. But he didn't have to take them out in the field service until you got to him. See? But when you got to him, I have to go. See? They are taught that. That just doesn't come out, on a spur of a moment. They're taught to say that when they no longer can defend what they believe. I have to go. Well, wouldn't it be a nice thing if a state cop stopped you for speeding and then he told you what he was going to do? You politely said, I have to go. But wouldn't it be nice if that would end the thing right then? You have to go. I mean, I don't have time to sit here while you write a ticket out. I have to go. Okay? But this is their excuse. I have to go. Okay? I want you all to remember that, friends, that they have to go whenever you have pushed their backs up against the wall. So they no longer can explain it to you. I have the same problems with a daughter of mine who's in that nonsense. See, everything can be going along okay while we're talking. But once I bring up child molestation to her, and one time I even brought up why did God let 2 she-bears destroy 42 children? Because they call one of his prophets bald head. Didn't have nothing to do with the Jehovah Witnesses. Well, she said, well, I can't think for God. I can't think of why Jehovah did that. We should never think for God. Well, me knowing the Watchtower, I politely said to her, well, if you don't try to think for God about the she bears, you detest anything about questioning God about she bears tearing up 42 children. Well, should you not also let Jehovah decide when Armageddon's going to come? Why are you thinking for him? Why are you telling him when something's going to happen? But yet, when you talk about the she bears, you're going to say, I can't think for God. I can't think for why he sent two she bears there to destroy them children. We should never do that. We shouldn't try to think for God. That's what she said. But you see how when it's turned the other way about the Watchtower in 1975. Okay? Oh, that's okay. That's okay to say it then, see? But you won't explain those she bears, though. But you're going to explain 1975, though, out of their desire for seeing this wicked world end. They did that. Out of their desire? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. They did it so they get more people in, more money. That's why they did it. But see, them people will lie and swear they're not lying. Hey? Swear they're not lying. If anyone watched some of the convention videos that we have seen on here about 1975, how they whitewashed that. Grandpa, you remember that? Grandpa telling the son a lie, his grandson a lie. Remember when he brought out how we all thought that 1975 was the end? But I kept searching the scriptures. And I wasn't going to serve Jehovah by a time. I was going to search the scriptures. Well, he did what anybody should have did. See? But I'm going to go one step further. I would like to ask Grandpa, why did he not stand up on a Thursday night and say, could I have the microphone, please? And let it loose by saying, all you brothers and sisters in here tonight, don't believe this stuff about 75 being the end, because no man knows that day or hour. Because Jesus said, only the Father knows. And then politely sit back down. Then the question is, would he have been disfellowshipped? You damn right he would have been disfellowshipped. And yet, it comes out that if you had a did that, if you had a stood up and said no world ain't coming to an end, you were telling the truth. It never did come to an end. So you were telling the truth. Time has proven you to be telling the truth. But you'd been disfellowshipped, though. Hey? How can you explain that? Explain that to me. Hey? Yeah. You search deeper in the scriptures and you realize that what Jesus said. You know, I got a talk I'm going to give about that on my next video about Jesus saying when this end would come. So, friends, I want to thank you for listening, and I have to go. That's the favorite dodging bullet of any elder when you question him about anything that the governing body says. He has to go. Well, at the present time, I have to go also. Thank you, friends. Good night.